Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another video of FigureNot.com. Now, FigureNot from studies. So, today we're going to be talking about power. This chapter is really very short, and it is also related to the work and energy chapter that I had posted or previously posted. And yes, so let's jump straight into power. So, suppose a load is to be lifted to the roof of a bus. There are two porters A and B. Porter A takes 1 minute to lift the load, while porter B takes 2 minutes to lift the same load. The amount of work done is the same for both of the porters, but the porter A takes lesser time as compared to porter B. The physical quantity tells us how fast or slow is done is called power. Hence, the rate of doing work is called power. So, over here, what is happening is a porter, which you can also call a coolie, A and B. So, porter A takes 1 minute to only lift the load. So, the load is, say, 20 kgs, and he picks it up, and he finally picks it up, and it takes him 1 minute to do so. In the second porter's case, it's also 20 kgs, but he again picks it up. But this time he takes too much time. He takes 2 minutes. So over here we can see that porter 1 has definitely more energy than that of porter 2. Thus, the rate of doing work is called power. So when an object does work W in time t, the power spent by the object is power equals to work done by the time taken. So if I would say the work done is, say, 300 joules and he took about 2 minutes, the power would about, say, be 150. So this is how the power works, and this is how we define power. In the above case, power spent by the porter A is twice the power spent by the porter B. It is because porter A does work at the double rate, or we can say porter A does work in half time. We know that when work is done, an equal amount of energy is spent or consumed. Hence, we can say that power is the rate of which energy is spent or consumed. So, power, we can also say that power equals to energy spent / consumed or time taken. So let me explain this to you. So in the above case, definitely porter A took half the time. Porter A took only 1 minute, while porter B took whole of 2 minutes. So we can say that porter A does work in half the time than that of porter B. You agree with me? And we know that when work is done, an equal amount of energy is spent or consumed. Definitely, because the amount of energy that is possessed by the body, only that much work the body will be able to do, and the capacity of work that we have inside us, we can only do that much work. So that is why we can say an equal amount of energy is spent or consumed. Again, you agree with me? Hence, we can say that power is at the rate at which energy is spent or consumed. Again, energy and power are related somehow, just and solely once more because work and power are related. So work equals to energy spent / consumed by time taken. So we can also say power equals to E by T. So now let's again get into some maths / physics and get to know about the units of power. So we know that power equals to work done by time, and SI unit of power will be SI unit of work by the SI unit of time, which is joule by second. And that is why the SI unit of power is joule by second. And yes, that's the SI unit of power. Okay, so the SI unit of power is joule per second, and it is also called as watt. It is named in the honor of the scientist James Watt. He was a great scientist that discovered this, and that is why the unit power itself is named after James Watt. So the power of an object is said to be 1 watt when it does 1 joule of work or consume 1 joule of energy in 1 second. Multiple units of power will be 1 kilowatt kW equals to 1000 watt or 10 by 10 to the power of 3 watts. 1 megawatt will be 1 equals to say 10 to the power of 6 watts, and 1 gigawatt will be equal to 10 to the power of 9 watts. And the practical unit of power would be power of electric motors and engines is measured in horsepower. So apart from what we use in physics, the common sense power or the common sense SI unit of power would be horsepower. That's 1 HP equals to 746 W equals to 746 joules. So the factors affecting the work spent by the source. So the power spent by the work or by the source depends on the following two factors: the amount of work done by the source, the time taken by the source to do the said work. So power is the rate of doing work, and it depends on the time in which the work is done, time frame in which the work is done. And the energy, it is the capacity or ability to do work, and it does not depend on the time whatsoever. It only depends on the capacity, that how much capacity of energy that you have, that much capacity of work you'll be more likely to do. And the power's SI unit is watt, which is joule per second, and the SI unit of energy is definitely joule. Now, some differences between work and power would be: work is said to be done when an object moves and applying force on it, and power is the rate of doing work by the object. Work done does not depend on time, and again, power consumed depends on the time and the work taken. That's why it's joule per second, right? And work, again, its SI unit is joule, and SI unit over here is watts or joule per second. So once again, work and energy, again, they're like brothers. They're almost like twin brothers, if I'd say. They almost have the same characteristics, and that's why when we differentiate power and energy and compare it to power and work and power, well, it would almost be the same because they almost have the same characteristics and the properties. Now, just as usual, I'll give you two examples or two questions for homework, which is question number 14, or you can say example number 14 or example number 15. We are going to be solving example number 13 together. So an electric iron of power 2 kW is used for 2 minutes. Find the energy consumed by the power equals to 2 kilowatts equals to 2000 watts. We just saw a conversion, right? So from the relation P equals to E by T, E equals to P into T. I think you all agree with me on this. E equals to 2000 into 120 equals to 240,000 joules, and E equals to 2.4 into 10 to the power of 5 joules. We can also say that. So hence the energy consumed by the electrical iron is 2.4 into 10 is to 5 joules. Okay. This question number 14 and question number 15 right here. This will be your homework. Note this down. And yes, that's it from me to you today. See, I told you, it's a really very short chapter, and I hope you all understood this chapter. And if you have any questions, post it in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer them, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.